Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about how to remove artificial hair color from your hair. So basically this is for all the girls that have emailed me or messaged me and wanting to remove color from their hair, which they've probably dyed like a red or a dark brown, and they are tired of it and they want to remove it. So there are a few ways going about this, but if there was one awesome foolproof way that you could just do it and it's damage-free and great and completely removes hair color in one go, that would be amazing, but unfortunately that is not the case. First thing I would recommend doing is doing a color remover. So it's a kit you can get at most beauty supply stores. I believe even some drugstores may have a kit like this. So basically it's like you mix a couple things together, you apply it to the hair, it smells terrible, and then you wash it off and basically it will remove as much as possible. So you can do this 2 times. I've heard of some girls even doing it like 3 times. So if you've done it twice and then you still have some artificial color that you want to remove, then you have to take more drastic measures. So if you've been doing hair color for a very, very long time, these color removers most likely will not work. So then the second step would be to do a bleach wash. So by doing a bleach wash, basically doing only 10 volume, and you can actually do like an actual bleach job, which you can kind of just apply to the hair, let process for five minutes or so, and then shampoo it out. Or you can do it where you actually mix it with some water and some shampoo where the hair is wet, and you kind of just do basically a bleach bath. And basically, so you're just lifting enough to get that color off, but not enough to like really actually bleach and lighten your hair. So that would be the more drastic, but definitely the more probably effective way of getting color out of hair. Now, is it the best way? Of course not, because it will leave it more damaged, and most of the time when people want to remove color, they don't necessarily want to go lighter. They just want to remove that artificial color. So just keep that in mind. If you do the color remover kit, it will not affect basically your current hair. It is just removing the color. But if you do lightener, then yes, it will kind of slightly lighten your hair. Now, the second and very, very important thing about removing artificial color from hair. So the best way to explain this is to give you a scenario. So imagine that your hair is about a natural level 6 and you had some highlights on it. So I'll show you here. Level 6 with some highlights. Then say you were over it, you wanted gorgeous dark hair, and you dyed it with say a level 4. So this is what you were left with. As soon as you did it, a day later, you hated it, you wanted to go back to this. So doing the color remover will get you as close to this as possible. Now, a lot of people, what they do think is that color remover will also remove those highlights and just get you to your natural color. That is not the case. This color remover will not remove lightness, because lightness is already removing pigment from your natural hair. So all this color remover is going to do is remove artificial color. So any lightness, any previous highlights that you had, that's going to show through. So, and a lot of girls have asked that. A lot of girls have done this at home and said, like, why do I have highlights? I wanted to just remove the brown. Why do I have highlights? And it's because at one point you had highlights and then you covered it with this brown. So if you are removing this artificial color, you are left with, these light bits. Another thing that can happen is, say you didn't have any highlights, but say you used a high lift or another color that was just a color but had a slight bit of lift to your hair. So say you were going from, say, a level 5 and you got basically a 6. So just one level lighter, but it's all toned and all of that and beautiful. But say you're tired of that and you do use a color removing kit on this, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be left really brassy, because the only thing that it's deposited is ashy tones to balance. So if you remove those ashy tones, you're not going to go back to your original darker color. You're going to be left with the undertones that the lifting has done to your hair, if that makes any sense. So it can be a little confusing, but basically imagine that the color remover kit only removes dark pigments or actual colors like reds or teals or that kind of stuff. It doesn't remove or change the lift that you've done to your hair. And then again, bleach is kind of the more drastic approach if you really need to like strip that color out of your hair. So those are the 2 ways. There's many other ways. I think this is what I would recommend at home. This is if you are just so desperate and you really just want something kind of quick and something that is not going to be too crazy and too where you get awful results at home. So this is kind of, we'll stick to these 2 ways. I hope that this has given you enough understanding to where you can choose which one it is that you need. Hope this has helped for any of you that have color right now that you are not happy with. I hope this helps you get closer to what your dream hair is. So thank you so much for watching. Please click subscribe right here if you haven't yet. And as always, I will be back with more hair tips and more hair videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.